All right, this is the HaYom Yom. These are sayings by the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, and they were gathered together by our present Rebbe. The fundamental principle of Chabad philosophy is that your mind, which by its innate nature, that's how God created people, that the mind rules over the heart. Now, that's supposed to be the idea of man. Man is different because his mind rules over his heart. Your heart could desire to do things that are not good, but your heart desires it. And your mind can say, that's not good, I'm not going to do that. Right now it's a very, very popular, I remember once I went to Barnes and Noble, this is a long time ago, and the biggest section in Barnes and Noble, it was a bookstore, right? Bookstore, was self-improvement. Self-improvement. I don't know, like 10 bookcases of different authors of self-improvement. What does it mean, self-improvement? To tell you to do things that are to your benefit that you don't want to do, that you're not doing now, that you should learn in your mind to control over your heart. It's possible to do. That's what man is. That's what man is. It rules over the heart. That's really the whole benefit of religion over atheism. Atheism is that your heart rules. You do whatever you want. I mean, generally. And religion is supposed to be that you do what God wants. That's the idea. Okay, whether they got what God wants right or not is a different thing. But the idea is supposed to be that your mind controls over your emotions, your passions. So Chassidut says this is a nature of man, and therefore your nature, your heart, has to be subordinate to God's service by using your mind, intellectual, into idea, conception. That's called chachma, comprehension, understanding. That's bina, and contemplation. Contemplation means realization, thinking deep. That's dat. But here we use it not just to improve yourself, how to win friends and influence people, but we do it to do what the Creator wants. And so therefore you have to comprehend and think about the greatness of God, which that's what Chassidut Chabad talks about, the greatness of the Creator. And one way you do it is by understanding the spiritual worlds and understanding that the spiritual worlds, as great and as real as they are, they're just creations. And that God is infinitely greater, and God, He cares about this physical world more than anything. And that when you contemplate the greatness of the Creator, then your mind can use the natural tendency of man, that the mind can rule over the heart. Now your mind will be filled with ideas of what God wants, and your heart will be controlled in a totally different way than just if you're understanding what you want. As we'll talk about more tomorrow. Now let's have a story, Hasidic story. A second.